This is Sahara, Las Vegas, and I'm staying here tonight. I can't wait to show you around this entire property. Let's get started. So I'm all checked in here at Sahara. I got here on a Monday in October at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There was a short line downstairs, maybe 15 people, but it really did fill in after me. It took a little bit of time, maybe 10-15 minutes to get through, and I'm all checked into my room. This is a king room in the Mara Tower, and it's a really cool room, I must say. The room looks really clean so far, and we will talk about this room and all the rooms here at Sahara later on in the video, but for now, it's 3:45 in the afternoon. It's over 90 degrees outside and sunny in October, and there's something I really want to show you here at this property. It closes at 5 o'clock. I guess you could probably tell what I'm talking about, but before we do anything else, let's go downstairs and check out the Ailo Ultra Pool here at Sahara. So the Ultra Pool is not the only one they have here at Sahara. They have 2 pools. The other one is called the Alexandria Pool, and it's on the rooftop of the Alexandria Tower. I hope to show you that one too, but if I can only show you one, I'm going to show you the Ailo Pool. So I got all the way down there and I didn't have my sunglasses and I was not about to do that. Be right back. All right, much better. Let's go check out this pool. Made it down here to the Ultra Pool, and this is pretty cool. I've seen this in other videos, but my first time being here. This is a 21 and up only pool, and it is free entry to not just hotel guests, but anybody. Anybody over the age of 21 can come in here. The other pool here at Sahara, the Alexandria Pool, that is for hotel guests only. It's a pretty cool vibe. The music is just right. It's not too loud. It's not too soft. And they've got huge screens for watching sports. It's kind of like a miniature version of Stadium Swim up at Circa. In addition to them having 2 bars here, they also have tons of cabanas. None of them are being used today, but this is mid-October, nearly 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The hotel's website lists this as being open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in October. It doesn't say anything past that, so I suspect that by the time you see this video, it's almost closed for the year. But keep this in mind next year for pool season because this is a really cool atmosphere. Okay, bonus footage. I did have just enough time to go check out the Alexandria Pool. I've heard it's small, but I don't think the word small does it justice. Check it out. This is it. All right, I'm back inside from the pool, and I've got to say at least one of those 2 pools was rather impressive. The Ailo Ultra Pool was actually really cool. That's a sleeper pool here on the Las Vegas Strip. Don't forget that one if you're coming to Las Vegas for a pool trip. You can go in there even if you're not a guest here at the Sahara, and I would highly recommend it. All right, let's talk a little bit about the history of this place. It opened way back in 1952, which makes it one of the oldest properties on the Las Vegas Strip. This place is absolutely steeped in history. It has played host to some of the most famous names in Las Vegas history, including the Rat Pack. Little bits of the history you can find all over this property. It's really cool to look around here. But by the early 2000s, this place had fallen into disrepair. And when I say disrepair, I really mean it. My first visit here to this property was in 2010 when it was the old Sahara, and this place was an absolute dump. Forget dive. There was no redeeming quality left. This place was an absolute dump. It was sold in 2007 and closed in 2011 for a total renovation. And when I mean total, This place was gutted all the way down to the concrete. It reopened in 2014 as the SLS Las Vegas. That's SBE Entertainment's chic, upscale, modern, Southern California brand, and it didn't do well here on the Strip whatsoever. Now, I'm sure a lot of that had to do with the location. We'll talk about that later on. However, SBE Entertainment finally sold it to the Marullo Group, who then later rebranded it back to Sahara Las Vegas, so the Sahara lives on, albeit not continuously since 1952. The rooms, the public areas, everything here is absolutely beautiful. This room is really cool, so before we go any further, I want to show you guys around this room. This is a Mara King room here at Sahara Las Vegas. The rooms here at Sahara are arranged in 3 different towers. There's the Blanca Tower, the Alexandria Tower, and the Mara Tower. I mentioned this was a Mara King, and these 3 towers differ wildly. So be sure and check out the hotel's website before you choose your room category. I booked this room on plannin.com, and I want to tell you real quickly about Plannin. If you've not heard me talk about it before, it's a travel booking website where you can save up to 40% on hotels worldwide. It was designed to work with content creators like this channel to give you recommendations and help you save money booking. And now Plannin is going to up the ante. If you sign up for a free Plannin account using our link in the description box down below, one of you will win a $100 credit to Plannin. All you have to do is use that link in the description box and the comments, sign up for a totally free Plannin account, and you're entered to win. But even if you don't win that prize, you've still won by using Plannin because, like I said, you can save up to 40%, sometimes even more. I booked this room through Plannin, and it was 67% off the hotel's direct website. Once you sign up, you can get similar offers, and now Plannin offers bookings on experiences like tours, excursions, and more. If you're looking for a way to save money on hotel rooms, Plannin is a great choice. Again, use our link in the description box down below to sign up for a free account today, and you'll be saving money, and you'll also be helping out this channel. Alright, let's get on with the room tour. This is a Mara King in the Mara Tower, and it checks in at about 360 square feet. My first thought about this room upon entering was that it was small, but I love the design. The color palette is pink, white, and black. It's very chic and modern. This is definitely an SLS design, and I kind of dig it.
Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route.
The bed is situated over here right in front of the window, and I gotta admit, I'm not a huge fan of that, but I think they did it to maximize the space. 360 square feet is not very big. The bed is described as a sleep lying still mattress by Simmons Beauty Rest. I don't know exactly what that means. I think we all sleep lying still. Feels a little firm to me. I'll give you an update on the sleep quality in the morning. While I do really like the overall design of this room, I can't say I like the blackout shade. I'm not really sure what's going on with this. There's a sofa at the foot of the bed. I think white was a pretty bold choice for hotel room furniture, but it's kind of a vinyl material and they're pulling it off. It looks pretty clean. There's also a sitting chair over in the corner with a reading lamp, and right over here is your workspace. Speaking of the workspace, this is it. There's a desk over in front of the TV. The TV is a 55-inch Samsung TV, so you can see it easily from anywhere in the room. This desk is pretty neat, although I will say I want so badly to straighten the top on this desk, but you can't. That's a design element. It is cool looking. I love the Sahara logo in the desktop. There are a couple of power outlets on the desktop, and there are a couple more on one nightstand, although only on one side of the bed. I thought that was a little strange. No worries, on the other side of the bed there is an outlet just a few feet away, so you can charge your devices on either side or on the desktop.
Always had a way to make it work and find another route.
One more thing before we move out of the bedroom. If you are vain at all, this is the room for you. There are huge backlit mirrors on either side of this bedroom. They're as much a design feature as they are functional. You can turn them both on and light the room, and it creates a pretty nice ambiance. I dig it. Although I will say, don't look into these mirrors if you've had too much to drink. Moving into the entryway, it's a little bit tight in here, but there is a nice little dry bar over at the side. There is a fridge for your own personal use right here. The safe is in the drawer below the fridge. And there were a couple little bottles of water on the countertop that appeared to be free, so I went ahead and drank them. I guess I'll find out later whether they were truly free. Behind me over here is an open style closet that's got several hangers and your iron and ironing board. And the bathroom is just inside the room to the left behind this sliding door. I guess you could call it barn door style, but it's a lot more modern than that. It's yet another full-length mirror. All right, the bathroom, it's small but very functional, and I like the style in here. You've got a single sink vanity off to one side, a huge walk-in shower off to the other side, toilet in the middle. With that sliding door, there's plenty of room to move around in here. You wouldn't be too crowded with two people in here at once. I'm not sure what the deal is with this glove on the wall behind me. It reminds me of a Michael Jackson glove. Hey, there is an MJ live show here on property, so maybe it's got something to do with that. Either way, for a small bathroom, I really like it. And by the way, the bath amenities are fantastic. Shower pressure was great, and the water was hot almost instantly. All right, room tour done, and like I said, I'm very impressed with this room. Now it's time to grab something to eat, and lucky for me, for a smallish property, this place has a great restaurant lineup, including one of the premier restaurants in all of Las Vegas, and I'm not exaggerating. It's Bizar Meat by Jose Andres. I'm going to show you the highlights in this video, but for now, I better go get cleaned up because, well, as you might imagine, it's a pretty nice place and no ball caps. Alright, so I made it to Bizar Meat. I filmed an intro outside and everything. I ordered Jose's Way tasting menu, and then I realized something. I am not a restaurant blogger, and this meal is way above my pay grade. Delicious, yes, but I cannot even do justice to any of these flavors. Making a restaurant video at a restaurant like this is over my head, so this is probably not going to come out as its own separate video. But alas, this is the best steak I've ever had in my entire life, I can tell you that. Absolutely phenomenal. So instead of making a video, I'm just going to enjoy my time here, and then we're going to go out into the casino and explore this property. I'm going to give you a little bit of a resort tour. I have been through here a few times, but I don't know a whole lot about it, so we're going to explore this property together. Alright, let's start this look around in the main lobby, which is small, but so is this hotel. It's only got 1,616 rooms, and let's face it, if you booked your room here for about $50 a night, I think you'd be very impressed with this first impression. Right off the main registration area is Etc. That's the hotel gift shop. Lots of Formula One merch in here right now because, well, it is just about a month out from the race. One thing that's pretty interesting in here in Etc. is that as chic as this hotel is, they went with a plywood theme inside the gift shop. I've never seen anything quite like this. Right off the main lobby is the Tangier. That's a cocktail lounge. I love the name, although I wish it had an S on the end so it was like the Tangier's Casino in the movie Casino. Not exactly a happy hour, but daily from 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. you can get a whiskey sour at the Tangier for $10. A great deal, and 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. that's a pretty wide range, so basically all day. This is pretty cool. Just inside the lounge, just inside the main lobby, they've got this old Sahara security uniform. Check out the vintage patch. Right around the corner from the Tangier, you'll find the elevators for the Alexandria Tower. This tower was built in 1963, and famously, the Beatles actually stayed in the Alexandria Tower that same year. They were way too famous to gamble in the casino, so believe it or not, they actually requested slot machines be brought up to their room, and this is actually a picture of that. And right next to the Alexandria Tower is the exit out to the monorail station. The monorail station here at Sahara is the furthest north on the monorail system. Like nearly every Vegas hotel, you've got a Starbucks just inside the main entrance, and then across from that is Prendy, pastries, salads, and sandwiches. This is open nearly all day, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. to 4 a.m.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling.
I just keep finding more and more artwork I'd love to have at my own house. Check out this cool portrait of Frank.
So hard to finally seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking.
Uno Mas, street tacos and spirits. They have a great tequila selection in there, and likewise great margaritas. Right next to that is Zephyr's Cafe. This is pretty much your breakfast restaurant here on property, open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. The poker room here at Sahara, not very big at all, but I love the decor. And hey, let's just be happy that they actually have a poker room, because so many properties don't anymore. Let's talk casino. The casino here at Sahara is not huge at about 50,000 square feet, but for a small hotel, it's pretty decent size. For comparison's sake, 50,000 square feet is about the same as what you'll find at New York, or Treasure Island. If you're a video poker player, you're going to be almost completely out of luck here at Sahara. These old Game King machines behind me are just about the only ones I can find in the entire property. As far as slots are concerned, it's a decent selection, but they're almost entirely new games. I haven't found any old school slots anywhere on the casino floor. I will say, however, that I do like the casino. The decor is really pretty, and for a Monday night, it's a little bit busier than I expected it to be.
Out of a sudden,
I just did my flyby of the tables. This is a Monday night about 9 p.m. There are only 28 tables on the entire casino floor, and about half of those are open tonight. They are fairly busy, and I will say minimums across the board were pretty much $15. They had roulette at $15, both double and triple zero. They also had blackjack, a couple poker variants, and craps, all $15 here on this Monday night. The Players Club here at Sahara is known as Infinity Rewards, and it's not associated with any other Players Clubs on the Strip. The desk is closed right now, but it reopens at 10 o'clock in the morning.
and when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But
I've got to say, it's a little bit of a shame that the Sahara is so far up here on the north end of the Strip that nobody gets to see it, because this is absolutely a beautiful main entrance.
to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore.
Let's talk restaurants. It's a pretty good lineup for a small hotel. Of course, you've got Bizar Meat, where I ate tonight. Right next to that, you've got Bala Italian Soul. And then right next to that is the Noodle Den.
The lights were dimmed as our eyes met and you saw me. And forevermore, I like to share that vintage dream.
Close to the Strip, you're going to find Chickies and Petes Crab House and Sports Bar. That is a chain restaurant, but it's the only one of them in Las Vegas. And right next to that is the Sports Book. It's a William Hill Sports Book. I say right next to that, actually the betting desk is inside Chickies and Petes. Since the sports betting desk is in here inside Chickies and Petes, that means this is also the only place to watch sports at the Sahara, but this is a really cool place to do it. I'm going to come in here and eat tomorrow for lunch before I leave.
And I kept on looking.
The Casbar Lounge. This is the primary cocktail lounge right on the casino floor, named after the old music venue at the original Sahara.
Through the door, at the next table, your whiskey neat. The lights were dimmed as our eyes met and you saw me. And
As far as entertainment goes, there are a few options here. MJ Live is performed nightly right down here by Bizar Meat. And the other big show here is Magic Mike Live. That theater is upstairs, right up these escalators. All right, there's a little look around the resort. I told you a few times, it's not huge, but it is rather nice. Hey, this is the first night of my trip, and my body's still on Central Time, so I am absolutely beat. Grabbed myself a couple bottles of water at the hotel gift shop downstairs. Buy one, get one for $1, so 2 of these was only $7, and that's a pretty dang good deal in Vegas, especially when you're buying it from the casino. I'm going to call this a nightcap, and I'm going to call it a night. We'll talk more about Sahara in the morning. Alright, good morning from Sahara. I slept last night, but only because I was absolutely exhausted. It was not because of this bed, which, by the way, was probably the worst hotel mattress I've ever slept on. Now, I know beds can be highly subjective, but I've slept in a lot of them, and I absolutely hated this one. It was firm, it was lumpy, and the pillows were even worse. Just my 2 cents, take it with a grain of salt. I did want to mention something I forgot to yesterday, and that's how weird the room numbering system is here at Sahara. I've never seen anything like it. This is room 32139, but it's on the 21st floor. So when I get onto the elevators to get to room 32139, I have to push button 21 on the elevators. I've never seen anything like that before, and actually it was a topic of conversation amongst other people in the elevator on my way up yesterday, so I'm not the only one. That's pretty bizarre and could lead to a problem at the end of the night after maybe you've had a few drinks. This was just a one-night stay, so time is running short. I do still want to eat at Chickies and Petes. I want to get some crab fries because I'm a crab guy and I've had my eye on that restaurant for a long time. I'm going to do that. I'm going to film a walkthrough of this entire property like I love to do, so be on the lookout for a walkthrough video. It's definitely going to come out after this one. So why don't you go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed so you don't miss it when it comes out. That said, I've got to get downstairs and get that stuff done, and then I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to give you my overall thoughts of staying at Sahara in 2024. So I got in here to Chickies and Petes, and I think I mentioned last night, this kind of serves as the sports bar, sports book. You can see the William Hill betting desk is in here inside the restaurant right over my shoulder. This is a cool sports bar. There are tons of screens. They do a lot of viewing parties here for both NFL, UFC, NBA, Major League Baseball, all sorts of sports. This is a huge sports bar. It's really cool, and I'm kind of surprised it took me so long to come check it out. I already know exactly what I want. I'm going to get the crab fries, but I'm going to show you the rest of the menu just so you can see what else they have. Draft beers are $9, cocktails are $17. They also have a pretty extensive collection of bottles and cans. I went with a Ballast Point Sculpin IPA out of San Diego. This is one of my favorites. This was $8, which, if we're being honest, is not a terrible price in Vegas in 2020. The famous crab fries are $27, but I'm going to pay the extra $3 and get the lobster version. They also have crab and corn nachos, all sorts of things, soups and salads, Philly cheesesteaks, burgers. Looks like the average price is in the high teens to low 20s. They also have pizza, and they have crab dinners, which are pretty pricey, but I guess that's the cost of getting seafood inland. It literally took like 5 minutes for the lobster crab fries to come out, and check these out. All right, checkout time is here, so it's time to give you my overall thoughts about staying at this hotel in 2024. This was my first stay at Sahara, and I would have to say that overall, I was very pleasantly surprised. So, that said, let's go through the pros and cons of staying at Sahara in 2024. First, the pros. This place is very budget friendly, and for a budget property, it's very nice. Now, I would put Sahara in the budget category purely based upon price. I mean, that's exactly what budget means, right? This is one of the cheaper hotels on the entire strip. Last night, all in, after resort fee and taxes, my room was $95 or $96. I can't remember which. But under $100 all in for a Monday night. And I also received a text message this morning asking if I'd like to extend my stay for $89 all in. So I could stay another night for $89. That ranks this hotel as one of the best values, I think, on the Las Vegas Strip. Because yes, you can get a cheaper room, of course, across the street over here at Circus or all the way down the Strip at Excalibur, but those rooms are not going to be nearly as nice as this. The property as a whole is not going to be nearly as nice as this. This is every bit as nice as all of the mid-tier options on the Strip at a budget traveler price, and I think that is a huge pro. Pro number 2, I like the layout of this casino, this property as a whole. I find it very easy to navigate. Like I said, I'd spent very little time here before this stay, and it didn't take me any time at all to know my way around this property top to bottom. It's roughly the same size as Treasure Island, which I stayed at last time, and I mentioned I found that place to be difficult to navigate. This is not that way at all. I find this place very easy to navigate, and if you're easily overwhelmed, or you just don't like those giant Vegas properties where you feel like you're lost in your own hotel, even on, say, day 3 of a trip, this place is for you, because I think you'll find this place very accessible. In addition to the casino and the property as a whole being easy to navigate, the hotel towers are small, so no matter what room you're in, you're going to have a short walk from the elevators to your hotel room. Pro number 3, even though this place is located on the North Strip, it has a monorail stop. Now I know in the past I've kind of bagged on the monorail a bit, but I'm coming around to it, which may be a shame because I'm not sure how many years the monorail has left. But there is a monorail stop at the back of this hotel. That'll get you anywhere down the Strip you want to go in just a matter of minutes and for just a few dollars. I'll talk a little bit more in the con section about the walkability of this property, but that monorail stop is a big plus, especially if you're attending a convention or you just want to be able to get all the way as far down as MGM Grand for little money and pretty quickly. Alright, now let's talk about the cons. I've got a couple. Number 1 being the casino. I don't find it to be a great gambling casino. As I mentioned, at 50,000 square feet, it's on the smaller side, and that's fine, it's easy to navigate. The selection of slots is all entirely new slots. I didn't see a single old school real machine down there, and I saw very little video poker. Only a handful of machines. I didn't even check the pay tables. On top of that, there aren't very many table games. There's only 28 tables, I counted at least, on the casino floor. That doesn't include the high limit room. And last night on a Monday night, only 1 pit was open, so less than half of those tables were open. On top of that, this is a single casino rewards program. The rewards program here at Sahara is not affiliated with any other, so any rewards you earn at Sahara have to be used at Sahara. Unlike MGM Rewards or Caesars Entertainment, where you can gamble at any of their properties and get comps across the entire portfolio, if you gamble here, you're only going to get rewards here. It's the reason I didn't gamble at all last night. I didn't wager a single dime, and the reason being is because, honestly, I'm always moving around the Strip. I'm always looking for comps, and this is not a place that I would probably use comps in the future, so why lose money at a place that I'm not interested in staying in on the regular? Con number 2 is this North Strip location, and it's not as much the location accessibility as it is the feeling of isolation up here. Now, I'm a North Strip guy. I like these neighboring properties. I love Fontainebleau. I mean, you can walk to the Strat from here as well, and of course if you walk to Fontainebleau, you're already right across the street from Circus and Resorts World, and I'm a big Resorts World fan. From there, if you really want to stretch your walking, you can go as far down as maybe Encore, Fashion Show Mall. But after that, it gets pretty lengthy. So if you're a walker and you want to be able to walk places, this is not your place. I mentioned the monorail. That does definitely mitigate it a little bit. But if you're the type who wants to be in the middle of the action and you want to be able to walk to numerous properties, this is not your place. If you've never been to Vegas before, I would say don't stay in this type of location. If you're a Vegas veteran, you come here all the time, I would say location's not going to be a problem for you. So take that with a grain of salt, but I do find it to be, like I said, a little bit isolated up here on the north end of the Strip. All that said, who would I recommend this hotel for? I would recommend it to anybody who's budget conscious but wants to stay in a place that doesn't feel like a budget hotel. That's exactly what this place is. I enjoyed my stay, and I think as long as you're okay with this location, you're going to enjoy this hotel as well. Hey, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks as always for watching. As always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is totally free. We're trying to get to 35,000 subscribers. We should be there by year end. You can help make that happen by hitting that subscribe button down below. And turn on that notification bell so you get notified anytime we release new content. I've got to be moving on. I've got another hotel to go to this afternoon. So as always, there will be more content to come. Thanks once again for watching, guys. I'll see you in that next video because there's always more for us to show you on Show Me Vegas.
Thank you.